So I'm going to try to do a walkthrough video for you guys on how to remove a tranny out of this, it's a 2006 Kia Rio. These are probably as easy as it's going to get for front wheel drive transmissions, so I figure I'd show you how to get it done using this as an example. I really wish my new camera wasn't zoomed in from the factory. Now I'm standing like fucking 40 feet away just to get it in the, that's, I don't know. And it doesn't even zoom good anyway. I don't know. Get what you pay for. I had to buy something new though. That old one wasn't cutting it. But anyway, quick walk through, because I'm probably not going to put everything in the time-lapse video, so let's do it like this. Start off, get your battery out of here, get your airbox out of here, top and bottom. Bottom has to come with the computers here. Those are just clips and they pop right out. Then you're going to want to take all your, there's two top bell housing bolts, two starter bolts that you access from up top on this side. You can take all that out of the way. Unplug everything. There's a main connector under the battery. There's two more connectors beside where the fill tube goes. There's one back here under the airbox, and then there's another one on the diff. I think that's all of them. Oh, and there's two that are miscellaneously in here. You disconnect all those, then you can lift it up. You're going to want to disconnect lower ball joints, tie rods, and sway bar links, and you do the same on both sides. And then on this side you're going to want to do, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 total bolts that bolt down the power steering lines to the subframe. Then you get your jack and a piece of wood and you balance it across the subframe. There's 4 bolts, 2 in the back and 2 up front. They're all 19 millimeters. You pull those bolts and you gently lower the subframe down, remembering to walk your sway bar up and over. Oh, I'm skipping steps already. From up top on this side you can get the 2 bolts that hold the steering rack down. This side you got to get from underneath, pull a heat shield, and then you can get them with a ratcheting wrench. Once that's unbolted, because you're going to keep the steering column in the vehicle, so actually, now that I think about it, you don't need to take your tie rods off, but it makes it easier to do the ball joints. Anyway, you're going to want to walk your sway bar up and over your steering rack, otherwise you're never going to get the subframe down. Once you get the subframe down, I use one of these engine supports. I actually just bought this from my old boss, the shop I used to work at. When we closed down, I just bought one from them because they're super handy. You just lay that across the top, hook it onto one of the engine hooks that's right here, and you can support the engine and tranny. At that point you can drop transmission mount up here. There are 2 more mounts that are bolted to the subframe, but you'll have to unbolt those to get the subframe out anyway, so those will already be done. Once that's done, you're just hanging the motor and tranny off the top. So you're going to want to, I have a transmission jack, but you can use a regular jack. It's just a bitch for balancing, but regular jack and a block of wood would be your best bet if you don't have a transmission jack. But transmission jack, support the tranny, do the bottom bell housing bolts, or I do the torque converter bolts first. There's 3 torque converter bolts, then the bottom remaining bell housing bolts, and push your torque converter back and then separate it from the engine, and drops right out of there. And of course installation is reversive removal, which you're about to watch. So there you go. Any questions, let me know.